I'm a estate agent in Doncaster, so I'm quite busy in and around Doncaster, sort of covering about a 30-mile radius.
I left school at 17 when I first began to notice psoriasis.
I am a registered radiographer. That's what I do for a job, but I'm currently seconded for a year to be a dementia educator. So I'm doing two things at the moment. So that's my professional job.
Yes, well, I started off my life as a glass maker, as a designer maker. Had an industrial accident about 15-20 years ago. About 5 years ago, set my own business up, organising malt whisky events and tasting sessions.
I worked for BT, and I was fortunate enough because I told those around me I worked in a team of 6 or 7. They all knew I had psoriasis.
It's gone from corporately, we always used to wear black as a uniform, to now wearing every colour but black. I quite often wear sort of white or creams and things like that, and I've obviously gone blonde with my hair, so it's not as noticeable when it's red or dark sort of thing.
When I went into university to train as a radiographer, there's still quite a lot of areas of psoriasis on my arms, and the rule is you've got to be bare below your elbows. But for me, they had to make the exception that I had to be covered down to my wrists. So it was made a little bit more obvious that I had a problem, because I had patients that would come to me and say, well, I don't want you to treat me because I don't want to get what you've got. They thought it was something they could get off me because it looked, especially if it had been particularly inflamed that day.
My boss was so good at the time that if I needed outpatient treatment, he would take me up to the hospital, so no problems in work conditions.
It is a public fronted thing that I feel that, you do need to just dust yourself down and things like that before you walk in to see the public, or in my case, going out to people's houses and things like that.
I can and have had 5 items on a prescription. We're now at £8 plus. That's £40 on one prescription, which is a lot of money in anybody's book.
And it was a couple of years ago. I started with quite a lot of pain in my hands, my fingers. And it eventually, after just a couple of months, progressed into being practically bedbound. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't put my foot on the floor. I was in agony. My boyfriend, he couldn't believe how I couldn't get off the sofa without help. It's affected him because I'm less able to do things, get tired easily, and it's not as, I don't sometimes feel it's as fun as we would have been.
I didn't have a strategy, but I do have very, very good friends, and I don't think any of my friends saw it as being anything to be scared of. And obviously, having links with the Psoriasis Association itself, I knew the truth behind psoriasis and the fact that it isn't anything to be scared of.
Gone from sort of slapping on fake tan every weekend to going out to not touching it and just sort of staying away, although the sun does help a lot. So obviously when I've been on holiday and things like that abroad, shorts come out, dresses come out, things like that, and just think, nobody knows me, sod it, I don't care.
Look up as much information as you can, because if you're just newly diagnosed with things, you don't get all of the information about what you can do, how tips, and when people have found they can cope with things. I'm on an online forum. They're really good if people want to chat. And like you say, think outside the box a bit. Think, what can I use in my skills I can't use in that area for something else? So now I'm improving care for patients. It's not radiography, but it's not dissimilar. It's still patient care.
2 things. Firstly, the medical angle would be go to your GP. If you're not satisfied, ask to go to a dermatologist, or try and insist. If he won't, get a second opinion and go through that to get the medical input. And secondly is join the Psoriasis Association. They've been a saviour to me, both in headquarters and our local group.